So let's start with if you look under the chart, it says chart properties. And the first thing that you want to know about yourself is that you are a manifestor. Okay. So I was telling you that we can think of ourselves as these amazing vehicles between the energies, and we're here to, receive and transmit and create with this energy. So there's 4 types of vehicles on the earth. Okay. The main type is the generator, which is what I am. Okay. The generator, we're about 70%. And our job, this is also indicating how our aura works. Okay. So there's generator, which the aura comes in. If you think of like a torus, okay, like a donut, where all the energy just comes in, okay? So our job, our vehicle is meant to respond, okay? So a manifestor, you have the opposite aura, okay? You're only 8% of the population, which there's not a lot of manifestors. And your aura, or the way your energy processes, is from the inside out, okay? Then there's also a projector, which they're about 22% of the population, and they are here to guide us, but they have to wait to be invited and recognized. And then there's one other type called the reflector, which is less than 1%. Okay, so each of these vehicle types has their own strategies for how they go about life. And what this system really does for you is it's going to tap you into your decision making. Like, how do you make decisions and how do you go about your life? So the first type, like I was saying, is you're a manifestor. So what that means, and this is really the most important part of your chart, is you are proactive. Okay, so your energy, your vehicle, because your energy comes from the inside out, you have to be proactive with how you deal with your life. Traditionally, the manifestors were the kings or the high priestesses. They were the ones that built the pyramids. They were also the ones that established laws and spiritual hierarchies because they didn't want to be controlled. Okay. The energy that you bring is a yang principle. So it's like the masculine type of like output energy. It's a very powerful force. Whereas mine, being a generator where everything comes in, is a very yin force. Okay. And this is all in our strategy. How do we make decisions, and what do we do with our lives? So as a proactive life code, which is what you are, you're moving from the inside out. You're initiating. So everything about you is initiating. You're an original energy and a pure doer. So what's important for you to really understand is to know who you are impacting, because as your energy moves from the inside out, it repels because it has the ability to knock down obstacles. It's like you're like a bulldozer that's able to just go out and get what you want. And what you want to do is make your experience better for others around you, because one of the main things in your life is how do you impact others, okay? And if you can get into a point of courtesy, that's a big theme for you, you're going to realize that the other people around you, which would be generators, okay, mostly, we are going to feel respected from you. I'm going to explain that why in a second. But basically, you see the world from a distance. And what we know with typology, and especially with like human design types, is that what we're learning is that everybody does not actually function the same. Okay, so the way I function, which is to wait to respond because everything comes to me like a magnet, is different from the way that you respond to the universe, which is initiating. You're bringing your visions into the world by initiating your process. So you're seeing the world from a distance and then joining us at a single point to inform us and then leave. Okay, so your biggest thing, your strategy, if you will, is to inform. Okay, so it's not natural for manifestors, especially as children. You may have been a child who your mom and dad may have been freaking out because you would just, be gone for 3 or 4 hours as a little kid or something. You went walking around all by yourself because you were fine. Like I said, like the kings and the priestesses, these other orders, they went out and just built things, not needing to ask for permission. However, because we live in a world where we are actually all interdependent, it's very important that you inform and, through courtesy, let the people know who you are impacting before you act. So that's really important. When you make a decision, you need to, before you take the action, realize who you're going to impact and then let them know of your decision. You're not asking permission. You do not need to ask for permission. You are just saying, hey, I'm going to, I've decided I'm going to go do this. And as a generator, we're like, wow, this person is opening the space where I get to respond and I feel respected. This is awesome. We get to say, well, yeah, that sounds pretty good. Or no, that's not part of my process. So that's really the biggest thing for manifestors is informing those that they're impacting, because your aura is very powerful. And what happens is through your action, what actually happens is your reality changes. You have the ability to morph your reality. Now, if we're working with you, let's say I was working with you and, we're working on a project and you decide something without me, or you decide something and do it and then don't tell me, I'm now really scared because I feel like you're unpredictable and I'm scared of your power that I'm going to be left behind. So this is the nature of the majority of people that you're dealing with, is that most of them are going to be generators. One of the main things is just to really be courteous with them. And in response from that, you will attain, like, your being's highest level of attainment is going to be peace. It's once peacefulness. You have this ability to manifest, and what you really want is just to be at peace. Because when you're not informing others, or you're not initiating, and you're just, being conditioned and waiting around or doing things without informing people, and then you realize that people are either confused by you, or you're meeting a lot of resistance, or they're withdrawing their support from you, you have a lot of tendency to get angry. And that's a good, measurement of whether or not you're in your strategy, which is to inform people. Like, if you're meeting anger, you need to think back and reflect and go, oh, well, who did I not inform? Who did I leave out? And what did I not inform people because I was afraid that they were going to, say no, or, that there was going to be a confrontation, or all these types of things. But really, as long as you're informing people, you can really do whatever you want. There's not a whole lot of rules for manifestors. It's just, as a child, you have to be educated to inform people, and that's the thing with parents nowadays. If we know that the child's a manifestor, it's all about communication, because it's not necessarily natural for the manifestor to just go on communicating. Something that you have to learn so that the manifestor can be successful in the world, and so that you're not afraid that your freedom is going to be taken away, or that people are going to try to keep tying you down because they feel threatened by you. They only feel threatened if you're not informing before your action.